Hi everybody, welcome back to R&R Sugarloaf Farm. We've had a few problems, complications with our milk machine the last few days. So mainly we had some, in the inflations, little parts to break. We had to order them, they came in, we haven't got it put together, so we haven't been able to milk for like 3 days. And so the Nigerians, my Nigerians anyway, most of them have small teats to where I cannot fit my whole entire hand. They're probably about like this long, which isn't bad or anything. It's just it makes it incredibly difficult to hand milk. And then you have like Shay, to where, you know, she's got the size of like a standard doe on her teats. And then with Lucky, she's really easy to milk, but they produce a lot. And so two things. One, my carpal tunnel from hand milking for so many years acts up, and so my hands start to cramp and just start to seize up. So I haven't been able to hand milk, and we're only milking 5 does. So we're only milking 5 does once a day just because of our schedules and everything. It's hot, it's easier that way. It's the humidity has set in here. It's the middle of June already here, and so that's what happens, is it kind of gets into the 80s, low 90s around this time, but we get the humidity. And so I've only been out here maybe 5 minutes and I'm already sweating. So it gets that humid up here in Northwest Arkansas. So with that being said, with the milk machine being down, which it should be back up tomorrow, we've got 5 girls that are just engorged, they're miserable, and I feel really bad for them, but there's nothing that I can do. And also, because of that, they might dry up, and it's something that we're gonna have to risk. And the only reason why we had the 5 in milk is that 4 of them were gonna be our show, within our show string for the year, and so it just kind of, it's not going the way that we planned. So anyway, we're out here doing chores. It's in the evening. We have all but 1 kid left to leave the property, and that is Funi, which Funi is out of Shay. It's her doeling, and she is going to a friend of ours where we got Shay from. And so she's going back to that farm. And then we are going, sorry Cracker, we are going to take Boomy and use him as a herd sire. I think in a previous video that I introduced y'all to him and everything, but he's gotten a little bit bigger and everything. But I wanted to kind of jump in here, let y'all know what was going on. And since the cows have left, the goats have kind of let the pasture kind of just run wild. And we still have the donkey here, but he's old, and although he does, you know, keep up with some of the maintenance and stuff, we haven't been able to, in here in these paddocks, we have to get in with a lawnmower, and we haven't been able to do that. But we have also started doing fall breedings, and so I'm going to show y'all what we're doing to that, or doing with that, because I see 1 goat that's possibly in heat, which I'm loving it, because I think the rest of them we may have to give a shot of Lutalized or some sort of hormones to bring them in heat because of how hot it's been. So anyway, let me show y'all what's going on and where we've got everybody and who all's here and all that. Hi, Boomy. What's up? Milk stash. Alright, so we are using Scout. We didn't use him for last year for our spring kittings, and he is still available. We aren't going to keep him, but we might as well use his genetics. So we have Blueberry, we have Frost, which I think Frost is in heat today, and then we have Mac. So we're going to shoot for trying to get Mac bred again. Hopefully that'll work. Blueberry's our first freshener, and Frost didn't get bred in the fall. And she'd be like a 4th or 5th freshener, I think. But anyway, so he's only got 3 ladies. And so Scout is a Huckleberry Tootsie son. And so he is not, genetically he is not related to any of these girls. But we are, Boomy's over there hollering for me. But anyway, so on these guys, it'll be kind of interesting. We're trying, he gave us Val and Sky. And so we're hoping that with their dairy strength and general appearance, that it can shine through these girls. Now, Frost is not registered, so her kids won't be registered. So, you know, and then Mac is registered, Blueberry's registered, but Blueberry finally was big enough to breed, and she needs bred. She's 2 years old already, and so we want to try and get her bred. Here are our lovely bucks, which you don't get to see very often in our videos because we don't showcase them very much. So Huckleberry's right here, Q, and Jean-Luc. Q, well, they're all getting pretty fat, but he's pretty chunky. But anyway, they're doing good. They have pumpkins or watermelon or something growing inside their pen here. Don't know if those will actually produce anything. They've got a lot of flowers on them, but nothing more than that. Oh, here's Goliath, which Goliath has really put on a lot of weight and growth. He is a yearling buck, so he's the youngest out of these 4. And so, yeah, but he's doing really good. He does have a couple of scurs, which that's our fault. I think I remember last year that we didn't get our disbedding iron in for a couple of weeks until after he was born, and so we kind of disbedded him a little late. So he's got a couple of scurs, but it's alright. So he is a Q and Tootsie son. And there's Huckleberry. And there's Jean-Luc. Jean-Luc is from Cadesville Farm up in Illinois. Huckleberry's from C&L Funny Farm here in Northwest Arkansas. Q is from Rockwell Acres, which they were placed here in Northwest Arkansas, but they are no longer, they no longer have goats. And then Goliath is homebred. So he, we did use him on a few of our goats this year for the spring kiddings. I can't remember which kid belongs to him without having to look at my paperwork. So, but yeah, those are these 4 happy boys, which they're big, fat, and happy. More pumpkins. These are gonna get more, or they'll get mowed over. But here is Chunk's pen, which we didn't use Chunk very much in our fall kiddings for some reason. I think it's just the way the cookie crumbled. So anyway, and excuse the mess, but this is how we wound up feeding our last hay bale, which we need to dismantle part of this pen, get in here with the tractor and clean it out. Same thing with the other buck pen. It's just one of those big chores that we haven't got to yet. So he has Ginger, Nova, Kit Kat, and Marshmallow. All 4 of these girls did not get bred in the fall for spring kittings. So the plan is for them to get bred now for fall kittings this year. Let's see. But they are loving being... Okay, let me rephrase it. They're loving the attention and the extra food that they get because they're not having to fight over all sorts of food from the rest of the herd. So Ginger is definitely a powerhouse in here, and so is Marshmallow. I think Nova was possibly in heat like yesterday. I'm not sure. I haven't seen any signs, and Chunk was kind of sniffing her out, but not really. And they all have happy bellies. One they just ate, but also they have been really munching down on this hay bale. So they have a really, all of 5 of them have a really fat rumen right now. So anyway, we're hoping, Chunk also, like, Hope is out of Chunk. I can't remember who else is out of Chunk. Oh, I can't remember right now. I do know that... Huh? No. I got Abby here trying to tell me who's out of where. But Hope is definitely out of Chunk. And she is a gorgeous doe as far as body structure. And I can't wait next year for whenever she kids to see what, you know, her udder will have. And then Nova she's the dam to Val and Sky. And then Ginger had a couple of kids out of Scout, a couple of does, which they weren't, I don't know if those genetics kind of clashed or something, but for some reason it didn't work out, and those kids did not thrive. So we're going to switch it up and change bucks with her, and then hopefully with Marshmallow, because we did try and breed Marshmallow during the fall, but she just never, she kept short cycling, and so we're hoping that she'll take this time, and if so, we're hoping that she will give us a doe, because she is a full sister to Toffee, and both her and Toffee have only given us either singles or bucks, but they've only given us bucks so far. So anyway, okay guys, so that's the video for today. Hope you all like it. Please hit that like and subscribe, and we'll catch y'all next time. Bye.